5 Unusual People in the World, Part 81. Hello everyone, I'm Keisha. Nice to see you again in this video. For some people, life can be difficult from birth. We are not allowed to choose how we were born, and so are they. They have to accept that bad thing. Let's meet them through this video. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 5. Brave Brooke Mason. Brave Brooke Mason was born in 2011, living in Aberdeen, Scotland, England. She is a beautiful little girl, but when you kiss her, all you taste is salt, and it can make your lips burn. It is one of the first signs of the condition. According to doctors, Brooke suffers from cystic fibrosis, which causes her skin to taste so salty that it almost burns her mother's lips. Brave's body has up to 60% of salt. The doctor also said that this is a deadly disease, and the girl can only live from 19 to 25 years old, so her family cherishes every moment together. When she was 4, she was hospitalized for 51 weeks and had to take more than 30 medicines a day to maintain her life. By then, Brooke had a dream of becoming a doctor, being able to self-administer all of her medications. This includes swallowing 20 pills and taking several different ampoules of liquid each day. She also endured 15 minutes of intense physical therapy in the morning and at night. Her family always gets a lot of weird looks because they have to put salt in her food to replace what she has lost when she sweated. A lot of people don't realize how serious this disease is, but the truth is that there is no way to cure her. Even so, she is still very optimistic and never stops smiling. According to Hinduism, the elephant god, Ganesh, is an elephant-headed god with a human body, symbolizing talent and wisdom. The next man is supposed to be the god Ganesh, but he is not happy with that. Number 4. Kanai Das. Kanai Das was born in 1973 and lives in Paraipur, India, with a rare condition that causes his face to sag like the trunk of an elephant. However, some Indians see it as the embodiment of the elephant-headed god, Ganesha. He has a rare condition called neurofibromatosis. This disease causes the skin to sag so much that it covers the right eye. He cannot eat or speak like a normal person. The skin caused Kanai to take anti-inflammatory drugs. He always wanted to have surgery. At the age of 9, the tumor grew faster. It obscured the right eye, and the nose began to droop, causing the face to be deformed. With the face of an elephant, Kanai could not find a friend because the children were always afraid of that face. Because of his disfigured face, this poor man was never able to find a fine job. Sadly, his father died early, and his biological mother abandoned him when he was small. He had to pick up trash to live through the day at the station. One day, Mrs. Bharati Roy, a salesman, lovingly brought him home. Bharati and her husband had brought him to the doctor many times, but the doctor said the disease could not be cured. Even so, the poor man is still hoping for a miracle that would one day appear. The cruelty and heartlessness of a person can completely ruin another's life. If you don't believe it, it's time to meet the following girl to change your mind. Number 3. Julia Pastrana. Julia Pastrana was born in western Mexico in 1834. Her whole body was covered with a thick layer of hair like that of a monkey. Not only that, but she also suffers from gum hyperplasia that made her gums and lips very thick, and her front jaw protruding like a primitive person. The villagers believe that her mother had an affair with the devil. Therefore, Julia and her mother and daughter were chased away. The turning point in her life happened when she was discovered and hired by Theodore Land, a circus owner. Her repertoire quickly became famous. Such names as Bear Woman, Ape Woman, and worse, World's Ugliest Woman were on posters of her repertoire at the time. Only 20 years old, but Julia was already the highest paid woman in the world. Theodore Land is a ruthless businessman when all he cares about is money, so he seduced to marry Julia. In 1860, Julia had with him a son who also possessed his mother's transfer. Due to the limited medical level that day, only 5 days after giving birth, both mother and child died. Theodore Land's ruthlessness really reached its peak then. He immediately contacted Professor Sokolov of Moscow University to embalm them. The mummies of two were put in a large glass box, displayed and exhibited in major museums around the world. In February 2013, she was finally buried. So, after more than 150 years of moving, Julia was finally able to return to her homeland, ending a life of hardship and bitterness. The world is not fair to some people, no matter how you look at it. This unfortunate man is the proof for what I say. Number 2. Nguyễn Duy Hải. Nguyễn Duy Hải was born in 1980 in Dalat City, Vietnam, known by the nickname Hải Elephant Food. When Mr. Hải was 4 years old, his right leg began to grow larger than usual. His right foot suddenly grew, causing his body to be visibly deformed, and walking got more difficult. According to the doctors, he had a giant nerve fiber tumor in his leg, so he had to lie in place for many years. By 1997, Mr. Hải was 17 years old. At that time, the tumor on his right leg weighed up to 61.7 pounds, causing him pain and unable to walk on his own. Mr. Hai's family asked the doctor to amputate that oversized leg for him. After the surgery to remove the tumor, everyone in the family believed that this terrible disease had been removed from Hai's body. However, in 2001, the remaining right leg of Mr. Hai continued to enlarge. Over time, the tumor grew and covered his buttocks and back. It's up to 3.83 feet long and weighs over 176 pounds. All of Hai's personal activities depend on his mother. On April 10, 2012, 1 year after the surgery, during a follow-up visit, the doctor said that there was still fluid inside the incision, so it caused pain to the patient. Withdrawing this fluid from the body would make it easier for him to walk. However, Hai had passed away before the surgery. Differences can bring stigma and discrimination from the wicked, but it can also bring many advantages. Number 1. Ducky Thought. Ducky Thought's real name is Nia Dak Thought, born on October 23, 1995 in Australia. She has stolen every attraction with her unique beauty that resembles real-life Barbie dolls. When she was in school, classmates and teachers at school could not pronounce her birth name, Nia Dak. This led to the birth of the nickname Ducky. At the age of 17, she was one of the pioneers and won a high place in the Australian version of 2013 Next Top Model. But after that, there were many controversies about her appearance. People don't believe that Ducky's skin, hair, body, or weight is natural. She constantly received malicious and defamatory comments on social networks. Once scorned for her different skin color, but after all, the beautiful Ducky Thought made millions of women around the world admire her unique beauty. She has become a prestigious model for many famous fashion brands. To get this beauty, Ducky Thought has spent a lot of time and effort practicing. She enjoys jogging, boxing, and gentle leg exercises with other muscle groups. With more than 1.3 million followers on Instagram, Ducky Thought now has a lot of fans who believe her body is natural. Ducky is not a Barbie doll, she is a professional model. Anyone who meets them once can remember them forever. I don't think that any of them is unlucky. They are very lucky because they have enough strength to continue their journey. If you know someone special, leave your comments below. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to watch more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you again.